guys, this is SERBOT, and today I am with Hammer Time on my Confed account, and we're fighting some pretty good resistance players. And so yeah, you'll see this is actually a really long battle, and so I'm going to speed through these early parts. As you saw, this guy actually used gold. He got up here way faster than I was able to, and that's really close to my base. And so I'm going to be going for Avia this game, and my partner will be going for ground. As you see, just classic early game build. So yeah, this guy is also going for Avia. And this guy's going for ground, which will turn into Jaguar Chameleon later, and that was pretty much expected. As you see, I'm just building up some anti-air. I build a construction yard over here so that I can expand into this area of my base, and so that I can also defend this area here better. And so yeah, I start killing some scouts and trying to catch the hawks, because I know that he will come to try to kill my vertex. And my teammate is actually going for shield. Shield, Zeus, Typhoon. Since they saw this shield though, they're going to be ready for it. And so yeah. There you go. This guy is going for Thors, actually. And so yeah, I'm going to factories Avia, and we're just trying to do whatever damage we can. And I sent a scout over here, and Chameleon suspicion is confirmed. There's actually one already out here. And this guy is going for mass Avia. So yeah. So from this point, it's basically almost all action. Yeah, so my partner has actually a pretty big army, and he is going for Thors, but there is a Chameleon right here. And so my partner is getting into a position where he can actually defend against that, and defend successfully, because yeah, you obviously don't want to lose. Anyways, this guy actually has a bunch of mammoths in his army, which is interesting. Not many resistance players use mammoths, but it's actually very effective, so long as you use them correctly. But he was kind of like setting, he kind of didn't really have good formation. And so in this fight, I'm actually about to try to use my vertex to try to support him. Hammer time. And this guy actually the red player actually sends his hawks to try to kill the shields. And also some Zeus, and that's actually very effective. You'll see throughout most of the game that those hawks are probably the reason that the yellow player is still alive. I'm trying to get whatever hits I can on those hawks. Just do some damage, but my partner doesn't have typhoons, and this guy has porcupines, the yellow player, and so actually we are at a disadvantage here, considering my partner can't fight when his units are all being destroyed. And I ran out of fuel. Job well done. He sent some Thors, and he actually bombed one of the chameleons, and I killed another one of the chameleons here. So now the yellow player can't counterattack, basically. You'll see Hawks. He actually destroyed an AV effector here and hit this airfield a little bit. Killed that, and this time I tried to send my vertex out and help, but I wasn't able to do any damage to those, and so I just decided to, since I saw this opening here, I just decided to kill all those units. Alright. Nothing left for there. You'll see this guy is actually HQ 5, and so is the red player. He is going for all-out Hawks. And so I decided to kill a few of those airfields, trim down the number of Hawks, and also do some damage to, and also stop his production of Hawks. And then we see Nuke. And so I actually go out to kill it immediately. And in the process I lose a lot of my vertex because of those Hawks. Thor's here. You'll see we both realize that those Hawks are a really big issue. And so we're kind of we were trying to limit the numbers and then attack because we're both just now going to HQ 5. And these two players are already actually at HQ 5, and so we are at a disadvantage here. And so Hawks, and since Confed doesn't have anything like Chameleon, where he can just hide all his units from my vertex, and the Hawks can actually just snipe at the Zeus and do just fine most of the time. And that's actually why it's so hard to attack against mass Hawks. At least at lower levels. At higher levels it becomes easier because Typhoons become even stronger. And also Shield is unkillable at higher levels. So yeah, I actually send my vertex out and start sniping a few units, because he leaves them outside of the Chameleon, and resistance units are extremely weak. So I'm able to catch a few of them, and basically cut down his numbers a little bit. You'll see me going for more vertex. And I turn on gold aviation servicing to try and get my Hawks to refuel, vertex to refuel faster, because these are essential to this defense, because my teammate doesn't have that much of any ground units, and this yellow player seems to have quite a few units left here. So yeah. You'll see that these cyclones are actually coming out, and they're getting into the fog nicely, really messing with this yellow player's gameplay. And I was going to try to attack here, and then I saw the Chameleon turn on, so I retreated. I went after one of these here, and I just retreated because I was trying to I had them on patrol mode trying to catch the Hawks that were in the air. My teammate tells me to scout them both, and he's telling me to look for Nuke, and I actually already checked. So yeah, I actually decided to instead destroy this army right here. And all of his Chameleons, because that slows down his attack on my partner, and now my partner is free to build up again. You'll see here my partner is actually going for some vertex. And he has some cyclones in the middle, mainly for scouting. Hawks there, they destroyed an airfield, I believe. And I actually send these vertex down here to destroy these avia factories, yeah. This will give us the advantage because I'm actually planning to go for Space Strike, and less Hawks means less ability for them to destroy that. My partner tells me to scout the yellow player again. And since I expected him to build the nuke on this side, since I didn't see anything here, I assumed that he was going for all land and no nuclear. And so I'm just gonna go for this space. And I'm also building up more vertex just in case, because I want to follow up on my Space Strike, because Space Strike alone is actually kind of useless. Same with like nuclear alone. If it's not upgraded too well, it's kind of useless unless you follow it up with something. And so I've gone with my vertex and tried to kill this HQ, but I'm not able to, and my partner actually decided not to attack with me. And nuclear. Luckily, this guy's nuke wasn't exactly too strong, and so he didn't really destroy too much outside of these buildings up here. But this was completely unexpected. And so my partner actually now decides to go after the HQ, but it's too late now. I don't know why he continued to attack it, but I guess he thought he could still destroy it. Anyways, I actually decide to scout the yellow player, and since there's nothing here, I go up and around. And here, lo and behold, there's a nuclear. And that's what I got hit by. So I'm building another Space Strike, and I'm actually getting it out faster than the yellow player is getting out the nuclear. So yeah, my teammate is fighting against the yellow player up here, and this is just like a small ground skirmish. I believe before he had a chameleon, but I didn't switch over here when that part was run. There we go. That's cleaned up, and now actually my teammate is planning on following up on that attack. What he should have done here though was turn off this shield, move it up here, and wait so that he had the advantage in the fight. And he, if you can see right here, he's actually force firing directly on the Jaguars that he already saw exposed. And I am going for another Space Strike on the yellow player this time. And so his attack was cleaned up, and the yellow player was Space Striked. So I sent my 2 vertex out this way to destroy this nuclear. And I also told him to attack it, in case I was unable to actually destroy it. And so, yeah. I was able to destroy it, and now I see this special vehicle factory that's very weak, and I decide to go straight after that. And so yeah. That one vertex has so little health left. And so yeah. I actually say I'm gonna go for another Space Strike, and this guy is going for more Hawks. But right as I tell my teammate to attack the airfield so that he can like slow down the Hawks from actually getting to my base, this guy, the red player, sends his Hawks to attack my space strike, and since my space strike has no upgrades on it, he's able to destroy it with just like 4 or 5 Hawks. And so I just build another space strike back here, and I also have more vertex in production because I have so many resources right now. And so I scout the yellow player, and since I see the yellow player's army here, I actually get the feeling that he's going to go after me and try to attack me. And right there you saw the units in the middle, and so that was basically my suspicions being confirmed. And so I told my teammate to actually move to the middle of the map to help defend with this army. So yeah. You'll actually see, I see all the units there, and I decided to send my vertex out. And I was also building some Zeus in the background just to try to slow him down, because I'm getting another space strike out and I'm going to attack the red player so that I could slow him down. So there's 2 scenarios in this fight right here. One being I'm able to get my space strike off, and we actually defend successfully. That's the best case. But since all these Hawks were here, that wasn't the case, and so yeah, we were kind of, well, Hammer Time's army was destroyed, and so I had to try to defend myself with these few Jaguars that I had. No, a few Zeus, and as you saw, there's a bunch of Jaguars under that cloud. You can see from all the shots being fired. And so I actually, my base is basically forfeit at this point. I stand no chance of holding him off, and so I just go directly after the red player's headquarters. So yeah. As you see, this is too many units, and right now I'm just using my base to buy time for Hammer Time to either defend me or to defend himself.
Job well done.
As you saw right there, I actually finished off the red player's HQ, and so that means he is slowing down now.
Fuel's out. Coming home.
And Hammer Time is still building up his vertex count, and he's sending some more Zeus out to help me. I was able to destroy, we were able to destroy together the last few chameleons, and so right here, the rest of this confrontation is pretty much already over. Even though for some reason my partner used vertex right when it was a bit too late, and so he actually lost a few more Zeus than I would have liked him to, but it's fine, because in the end, we cleaned up the attack. My teammate scouts here, and I saw another army headed up this way. And so you'll see that I'm going to do something a little bit interesting here. I build a few power, which obviously I kind of need power. I don't have anything to really power my base yet. I just lost most of my base, and so I'm kind of focused on that, but I actually build construction yards over this way. And this is just a mechanism to buy time for Hammer Time to build up and maybe try to defend or attack at the same time. You'll see he has a few Zeus here, and I'm actually going for Zeus myself. And this construction yard here is made for these walls right here, just to buy time and force the red player to use up his chameleon energy. And so yeah, as you see, we have 44% activity and they have 38%, and so we are actually winning this fight in terms of activity. And my partner's attack down here actually got destroyed by mines, and also because of a little bit of bad control, but mainly it was the mines. And he was able to destroy a bunch of jags here. And because of this, this yellow player doesn't have much steam left in his attack, and so these 5 Zeus are able to handle it. So you'll see I'm going for HQ4, and I'm actually going for the exact same build that my partner has, or started off with: 2 Zeus factories, shield, and Typhoon. My partner added a 3rd vehicle factory later on, but we don't really have the time for that. I'm going for a purely offensive build to try to get more activity before the game is over. And so my partner here sees that this guy's actually going for infantry porcupine. And so at this point, I'm just thinking I have to build this faster so that I can actually counter this infantry porcupine build, because the porcupines might like stop the vertex, and also my partner is going for space strike. And so this was actually quite helpful because he was able to space strike the yellow player and basically get rid of all of his production. As you see, my partner's space strike is probably a lot better upgraded than mine. And so we actually got 45% activity now, and they have 37, and so it's tipping in our favor this game, and there's 5 minutes left. Hawks. I actually have the shield back here, but I kind of activated it when it was a little bit too late. Either way, I was able to destroy that hawk. And really at this point in the game, even any singular unit, single hawk, single jaguar, it's kind of like the beginning. They're all essential because you're trying to get as much activity as possible before the end of the game. And so I actually decided to go on the offensive. I turn on vehicle production, and my partner gets broken right here. He actually, he left himself open on this side of the map, and because of this, he was destroyed. And so right about now, I am basically using him to buy time, because there's 3 minutes left, and I know that my partner can hold out for a pretty decent amount of time. So I'm just going to go straight on the offensive for more activity, so that we can not lose, because we were defending for the last like 10 minutes. The yellow player is actually pouring in a lot of infantry and jaguars and extra units. And so you'll see that what I'm doing is pretty similar. I'm just rallying everything right over here. And so my partner actually lost his base because of this. And yeah, he actually moved his base all the way over this way. And as you see, we actually maintained our activity level, and they gained a few percentage points, but so long as we didn't drop enough to actually lose the game, because of this, we won the game. Even though my base would be dead if the time limit didn't last. I mean, if the time limit didn't exist, they probably would have won this game. Either way though, this was a nice battle. I actually really enjoyed it, since you don't really see that many like major battles at this level, but this one was like interesting all around. Vertex, Hawks, Thors a little bit, and we also saw Zeus Torrent and Chameleons. And so you don't really see that many intense battles like that at this level, and I really enjoyed it. Everyone in the game played extremely well, and yeah. So if you guys liked the video, please do hit the like button down below. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.